First of all, in this great hall, in the presence of presidents and prime ministers all committed to education, let us first of all send a message of support to the 215 Nigerian girls who are in captivity simply because they wanted an education and who stay in captivity simply because they have not given up their right to education. They deserve and should have our support. And you know, this week in Nigeria, and talking to the Bring Back Our Girls campaign, so desolate and so in despair are the parents of these girls that they are telling me that they wish to organize funerals for their girls. And we must give these parents hope. So it's not just bring back our girls. We must bring back our concern for our girls. We must bring back the international campaign for our girls. And I hope everybody will participate in that in the next few weeks so we can send a message of hope to the Nigerian families. But you know that these 215 girls represent only a fraction of the 500,000 girls and boys a year who are trafficked, the 28 million girls and boys who are being educated or not being educated in zones of conflict, and the 32 million girls who still cannot go to school because there is no school for them to go to. And we cannot deliver universal education for every child unless we can provide education in those zones of conflict from Syria and Lebanon right across to South Sudan and the Central African Republic. We cannot deliver universal education unless we find a solution that ends child marriage. And we cannot deliver universal education unless we find a way to stop enforced child labour, which is destroying the lives of young children who are at work when they should be at school. And I want to say to you today that for $6 billion invested by countries represented here, we could make the biggest advance over the next 15 months to securing the Millennium Development Goal and ensure that we are as close as you can be to every single boy and girl being at school. And I want to plead with world leaders here at the United Nations to make the money available, to give us the chance to deliver, so that we can say in truth, we are the first generation in history where every single child is at school. Now, I'm encouraged because what I see around the world is young men and women, boys and girls, now campaigning themselves for the right to education. When we see child marriage-free zones being created in Bangladesh, in Pakistan, in India, and now across Africa, girls refusing to be forced into marriage against their will when they want to be at school, then this is a modern civil rights struggle that needs our support. When we see the global march against child labour and others demanding an end to forced labour and slave labour, then that is a freedom fight. It is a liberation movement that we should be giving support to. And you know this? Education first. What do we mean by it? And what are we going to take away from this meeting today? Education first, because education unlocks good health, good employment opportunities, a higher quality of life, a better environment. It unlocks possibilities way beyond education to every child who can benefit. And what else can we say? If we were to ensure that not just some children in some countries at some points are getting education, but every child in every country has got education, then we would transform the world for good. So please take away this message. Education first is not a slogan. If we are to change and improve the world, it has got to be our priority. Education first, education foremost, education forever. Thank you very much.